Well, our moms think we're funny.
No, you go ahead. Well, this is something we should. We shouldn't be talking it out beforehand.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
You know, we could watch
The Electric Company, The Wizard. Oh God, yeah. Fred Savage.
I just want to watch that footage, of Super Mario 3, man.
That's right at the end.
Yeah, I know. Like I can't play the game. I just want to see that. I want to see that.
The beef I have with The Wizard is that when they dropped Mario 3, it hadn't been released, and they had their stage numbers mixed up. So when he goes into World 2, or Stage 2, he's actually in Stage 3.
Stage 2 is that Giant... No, Stage 3 is Giant World.
It's actually like he's in World 1, but like Stage 1, you have the introduction thing, right. First level. Stage 2, it's actually the grassy hill, and you have a pipe that spawns endless Goombas. And in Stage 3, you fight a Hammer Brother, and there's a bunch of music boxes, but they get Stage 2 and 3 mixed up there. But then he goes into the fortress and gets the flute, and everybody was like, oh my god!
Something he would have no idea how to do.
Something that nobody knew without a subscription to Nintendo Power, which Nintendo Power did not talk about until after the game was released. So.
And you, I mean, that broke all the boundaries of like what Super Mario Bros. Was about. So you wouldn't even know you could go behind the screens. And you could like sometimes get up top and run all the way to the end and that sort of stuff, and find like a warp tunnel. Which when I found that, I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah,
that was like so thrilling.
A warp, like what?
But I mean, just like for them to immediately go, oh my god, he found the warp flute! Use the flute! Use the flute!
Like, what? You don't even know what this is.
Okay, I need the flute! That's how Jason gets around Camp Crystal Lake.
And all of a sudden, like a dragon sword shows up. And Green Ray shows like, give me that!
A dagger, which is also a flute, which sounds like a synthesizer trying to sound like a guitar.
And then he blows to his helmet.
Oh, okay. We should actually start the episode. Hey everyone, welcome to Our Moms Think We're Funny. I'm Acomi.
Hey, this is Turk182. And you know what we got here? We got a motherfucking Charles Bronson. Mr. Majestic. Well, see, it's Mr. Majestic.
Yeah. We were laughing before the episode started, talking about how Jason warps around Camp Crystal Lake. We've really been on a Jason kick lately, you know?
Yeah, I think I love Jason.
Like Jason goes swimming, Jason Friday the 13th SS, Jason traveling through all the different TV channels. And so yeah, we were talking about like how he gets around the Camp Crystal Lake, and it's just that he's using the warp flute in Mario 3. So he's like casually walking, they run ahead, and he's just like and then he just appears in front of the car.
Yeah, but you don't hear that because you're too busy running. All you hear is just like the pounding of like your heart in your ears.
It's because all you hear inside your head is
But that makes sense because whenever Jason shows up, there's always that rush of wind.
Yeah,
and that's the tornado picking you up and dropping you off.
It makes perfect sense.
It's like, why are these leaves blowing around? Like, I don't know. Die.
Well, die. But we're not talking about Jason today.
Not today.
We are talking about fantasy worlds. I really enjoyed our episode, which we haven't posted as of this recording, but I really enjoyed our episode where we discussed like video game worlds and stuff like that. Like what video game worlds we would want to live in.
Even though I had a hard time with it because it was like, oh, a video game world, but I was like, what world would I want to live in? Every game that I played that I was thinking of video game, I was like, no, not that one, not that one, not that one.
Not that one.
Yeah. Because like I could say, oh, I'd love to be in what's that? The Drake guy, Uncharted.
Yeah,
but Uncharted is just a regular world. I mean, I'm living in Uncharted now. There's some guy out there like Bear Grylls, only he's looking for the Holy Grail, Bear Grylls, and I'm like, and I'm completely oblivious to all the shit he's going through. So that doesn't do anything for me. But you ask me if I want to live in like EDF, like nope.
No, definitely not EDF.
Well, I know because EDF only seems to attack Japan, so I'm like, okay.
I don't want to live in a world with ants that size, even if they're just in Japan. I don't like living in the same world as Australia.
That's true. Those damn criminals.
See now, people.
Now you're gonna make me like start getting on my rant about who, and I'm not doing that. Nope. You are not gonna get me into that.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a fun conversation, and I think it's one worth revisiting sometime. I think we could spend several episodes talking about like what video game worlds we would and wouldn't want to live in, because we had some pretty differing opinions on that one. But we were talking, and I was like, okay, well, what about fantasy worlds? And primarily, I was thinking of like fantasy worlds from like literature, but I think it's equally fair to say like fantasy worlds from movies, because you can see like fantasy worlds that don't necessarily have books, like Willow or Legend or something like that.
Right.
So it's like, oh, this would be worth like looking at those worlds and looking at like the rules that those worlds live by, and would you or wouldn't you want to live in those worlds? Right. And if you have like an immediate favorite.
And to go along with that is like you mentioned like first literature. So if we were going to do literature, then and you mentioned Narnia, I'm thinking, okay, I have no interest in living in the world of Narnia. It doesn't interest me at all. But movie Narnia, I'm like, well, maybe.
Then you could have a chance with Queen Susan.
No, I wasn't thinking about Queen Susan.
Queen Lucy? Mr. Tumnus? You want to bang Mr. Tumnus.
I was thinking of the White Witch.
Oh, well. Silly me.
Yeah, silly you.
I'm here thinking about clapping satyr cheeks, and you're just thinking of Tilda Swinton again.
Exactly.
Jeez.
So if it's the book, no. There's no Tilda Swinton in the book. If it's the movie, I'm like, well, which is really bad because I'm like, fuck the world. Forget your whole like Jesus allegory, right? I'm straight up Satan, baby. And he's just like, oh, that's not the way to be, but it is Tilda Swinton.
Well, the book also describes her as like the most beautiful woman that ever lived. And I know in like The Magician's Nephew, I'm pretty sure she was a redhead, if I'm remembering right. It's been years since I've read them. So if you can imagine like
was a redhead.
If you can imagine like a 6'6" redhead with like a knife, yeah.
Oh man, you had me a 6'6" redhead.
Yeah.
Oh man, give me hair like Brave, and I'm all about it. Oh my goodness. Oh, so I swear, sounds like somebody just rang a bell.
And in the movie, she's blonde.
We're doing another callback. I love it.
We do a lot of callbacks.
That's how you have to watch. You have to watch. You have to listen.
We talked about it in some previous episode. I don't remember which.
It was the
Meatloaf's Gambit.
Meatloaf's Gambit.
I don't remember which episode number it is because we haven't posted it yet.
But yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, Meatloaf's Gambit.
We just may have to make sure it's before this one.
Yeah.
We can't air them out of order. Like, hey, remember that thing we haven't done yet? Our podcast, we just changed our podcast. Like, it's like the document had timeline. Like, all our podcast episodes exist, past, present, and future. Also, it's like, I'm here recording this one, but I'm also recording Meatloaf's Gambit.
It's episode 43. Turk is calling me a motherfucker again.
It's like, Acomi is saying something about Mongoloid retards who can't swim good.
You started that.
It's like, here we are, season 2, episode 5, and I'm wondering why this guy Windows can't get my order right. Oh, good.
Shit, you wanted that burger plain? Shit, hold on, I think I got a dime here.
Oh my goodness, fucking Michael.
Oh. But yeah, no, like in the books, she's not blonde. She has like black hair in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh.
So then she'd kind of look Asian.
Oh, then she just looked like Hella.
But she's also like a psychotic murderer who turns people into stone.
She's turning me into stone.
I'm just saying, you might not have as much of a chance with her as you're thinking.
Well, yeah, I get that. I get that.
But, like, in Narnia, you could also, like, you could bang hot mermaids, centaurs.
How am I going to bang a mermaid?
Dude, I don't know.
Basically, what you mean is you can also get a blowjob from a mermaid. That's what you're saying.
Or a blowjob from a centaur. Unless you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, the only good thing about dating a mermaid, right, is that masturbation is okay. Because anyone catches you like, no, I'm just fertilizing these eggs. That's all I'm doing. You just fertilize some eggs.
I'm trying to remember, like, the types of like world that Narnia had as far as humans, because it wasn't just talking animals. They had like the Telmarines. I could marry a Telmarine chick.
What?
Yeah.
What now?
And the villains in like Prince Caspian and the Horse and His Boy, they were the Telmarines. They were basically like the Arabians.
No, sorry, you're speaking like something I don't understand.
Have you not read Narnia?
No, I have not.
Ah, they're good reads. I don't think you need to like totally engulf yourself in them like Harry Potter, but like it's worth reading once. I'm trying to remember a lot. Like it's been a while. So after the witch is defeated, things aren't too bad.
Oh, after my girlfriend's killed, then the world becomes a great place.
Basically,
yeah, for you.
Like, do you want to live in perpetual winter if it means ravishing a witch who looks like Tilda Swinton?
She's gonna keep me hot. I will not know it's cold outside.
Oh, let's see. Assuming that she goes for it and is interested, you could have whatever food you want because she just creates food magically.
First off, you're saying assuming she's going to go for it. Nobody else wants her because they're all afraid. I'm afraid, but then I got that fear boner going like when Shia LaBeouf showed up. So it's like my fear is just making me want you more. I like how all my fantasy worlds just revolve around me getting laid. Like,
Pretty
what
much.
fantasy world can I get laid in? Because if I'm not getting laid, that just makes it the real world with elves, and then fuck that. I mean, that's just me at a Comic-Con. That's all that is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if getting laid is the deciding factor, then I would totally go for the world of the Lord of the Rings. I would absolutely go to Middle Earth.
Yeah. So
Lady Arwen, super hot.
yeah, but she's got a man. She's not gonna date you.
I don't need her to date me.
And she, oh, come on, she's got the whole elf thing. Plus,
okay,
her
I'll-
dad's like a big stickler for
I'll be fair. It's a lot to compete with Viggo Mortensen.
right.
It really is, but I think I'd do okay.
Well, I mean, like I said,
I'd make a valiant effort.
I just don't. I just don't see it happening. I mean, yeah, you can dream, man. I mean, I don't want to destroy your dreams.
It's not just her. I mean, you've got Arwen, the chick who killed the Witch King of Angmar, and yeah, she wound up with Faramir, and that's a lot to compete with. But still, she was super pretty.
You know what I remember seeing in that is any hot hobbits.
No, there's no such thing as a hot hobbit.
I mean, there's some really like attractive looking little people in our world. But how come the hobbits can't be like attractive?
Because they're these little portly Amish women, dude.
I'm just saying, like the chick that played the Tiny Avenger in, I mean, not the Tiny, but she was the Tiny Avenger in Living Color, but she played Thumbelina in wait, why are you laughing? Why you laugh?
Just the Tiny Avenger.
You just did. I saw you. Why are you lying?
I'm not lying. The Tiny Avenger just got me.
Handyman, the Tiny Avenger. But no, she played Thumbelina in Total Recall. She gets up on the bar at the end with the shotgun and starts like shooting the guards and stuff.
I think I saw that.
You've never seen Total Recall?
No.
The Paul Verhoeven Schwarzenegger movie?
No. No.
I know everyone's like, come on, Turk. We've been through this before. Anyway.
Everyone else already knows the answer when you ask me this stuff.
The chick that played Thumbelina, she was cute. She was a cute little person, you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, they exist. I just don't why in the Hobbit world they can't exist. And I'm not saying that I'm like all about like one like a tiny Hobbit person. I'm just saying
why in a world of gorgeous immortal elves and women like Miranda Otto and women like Liv Tyler, why is your first concern Hobbit chicks?
now you were talking books. Now you're going movies. You're flipping back and forth between books and movies.
Well, yeah, I'm flipping back and forth.
Because I can't have Liv Tyler because she's the elf thing and her dad is, Agent Smith and he's going to get all pissed off and shitty. Plus,
but you think you have a chance with the White Witch of Narnia?
Because nobody else wants to be with her. And anybody she goes is like, you're going to have sex with me. They're going to be too afraid she's going to be pissed off and turn them to stone. So when I show up there willing and be like, yeah, I'm all about it. I'd be like the executioner to hell. I'd be like, nobody else is doing it, and yes, I'm afraid, but I got that excited, scared feeling where it's like 90% excited, 10% scared, or maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's 10% excited, 90% scared, but that's what makes it so intense.
I don't.
Could you strap me in real tight because I don't want to fall out? Which is what I would say to her too.
Oh.
I said strap in, not strap on. God damn you! You asshole!
Could you strap it on? I don't want to fall off.
Oh, jeez, where's you?
Lordy.
I was just asking why there aren't any hot Hobbit chicks. I'm not saying it for me. I'm talking, but Samwise. Samwise deserves a hot Hobbit chick.
He had Rosie. She wasn't hot by our standards, but he was into it.
So you say?
He seemed pretty happy with it.
It's because he didn't have any other choice.
He had slim pickings in the Shire.
How are you going to keep him down the farm after they've seen, like Mordor? Man, I don't know.
You know that old-timey country saying, keep him barefoot and pregnant? Notice that hobbits never wear shoes?
Yeah. They also don't have toenail clippers. Okay, alright.
Okay, so...
So, yeah, I'm not down for Middle-earth. No, I'm not about it.
I think if you're not an actual, warrior and adventurer, Middle-earth would kind of suck, honestly. Because, if you're an adventurer, it's like, oh yeah, you're a Dunedain, or you're a ranger, or you're a wizard, and you have, these awesome capabilities, and you get these, fucking legendary swords that just do awesome stuff, but I think if you're just, a peasant living in a village trying to live your life, I mean, that would really suck, in, pretty much any fantasy world. But think about Lord of the Rings, the way the orcs would just, raid the village, and they would just, come charging in, riding on wargs, and just, burn all your shit, and kill your family, and decapitate everybody, and put their heads on spikes. That would be awful. I would hate to live in that world.
You know what else would suck? Would be the a show I was gonna say, the Harry Potter world. We talked about this before. Everybody wants to live in a Harry Potter world or whatever. But it's great. It's great if you're one of the kids at Hogwarts and you're one of if you're in Harry Potter's clique.
If you're a wizard, it's great.
Right, but what about all the other people that aren't in that clique or whatever? You never see what their lives are like for just regular wizards. Don't forget, they have regular jobs too. They just have to do it in a wizardly way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it gets down to it's oh, by the way, which side do you fall with? Do you fall over here or with these guys here? Because that's really going to change your world. And somebody may just show up to try to kill you randomly for no reason because you're just a wizard.
Right. That's the thing, I guess, if I'm thinking of it from the perspective of being a peasant, I don't want to live in any fantasy world, If I'm just a commoner, anything would suck. Narnia would suck, because, oh no, here comes the witch, she's pissed off, boom, I'm stoned. I guess my life is just fucked until Aslan decides to come around.
Right.
Or, or after the witch falls, it's oh great, here come the Telmarines, they're gonna, capture me and sell me into slavery, and maybe I'll wind up in the Legion of Iron, and the Gladiator Queen will bang me or something, I don't know. I mean, there's no, good situation in any fantasy world like that. Even if it's something like The Last Unicorn, where pretty much everybody is, by and large, mundane and doesn't have a lot of powers. I mean, Schmendrick had a small spectrum of powers. Really, it's the only really magical people were, the unicorn herself, there was the Harpy, and there was the Evil King, who had the Red Bull. And yes, Red Bull.
What? You thought I was gonna make it a gives you
Red
wings
Bull gives
comment?
you wings, yeah.
That wasn't.
Uh-huh.
See, you think you know me. You don't know nothing about me.
So I guess let's just say let's say that you can have some type of adventuring class. Let's say that you can fare well and function pretty well in these worlds, and that you like any good D&D character, you have your choice. Do you want to be ranger, warrior, wizard, whatever?
Okay.
My only I would say that there's caveats to that. It might be a bit much to say I want to be a wizard in the world of Lord of the Rings, because they're not actually humans who have learned the craft of magic like Harry Potter.
Okay.
Wizards in Lord of the Rings are actually basically archangels. They were given their powers by the gods and were specifically chosen to be guardians on the earth. And that's why they're all part of this guild. That's why Gandalf goes to all of his big secretive meetings. So I think something like that might be a bit much. But, if I were like a trained fighter in Lord of the Rings, that wouldn't be so bad.
No, I mean, it wouldn't be so bad with the exception of that, just like with anything else, if you're not the hero, you're a trained fighter who probably is going to die at some point.
Well, yeah, but you could say the same thing about Star Trek and being a red shirt. It's like...
Yeah, but red shirts are definitely going to die. You never see them do anything heroic before they die. They just die.
But there were some badasses who did some cool stuff, like at the Battle of Helm's Deep. And even the named characters, I think it was Celeborn, the elf, who the orcs killed him under the bridge at Helm's Deep. They were like, the reign of the orc begins.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, let's say, you get the legendary swords, you have the powers, whatever. I think that would kind of open things up a little bit.
I still wouldn't want to live in like that. That doesn't appeal to me at all.
Middle Earth, a lot of really bad shit went down.
Yeah,
a lot of really bad shit went down.
Okay, so no, Narnia's not doing it for me. Middle Earth's not doing it for me.
Mm-hmm. And you're not super familiar with the World of the Last Unicorn, are you?
No, not really.
It's cool, but my thing is I'd be okay with it because the last unicorn brings the other unicorns back. She frees her people, so I could see that working pretty well. I wouldn't mind living there.
See, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not that big of a fantasy person.
Huh.
Like the wizards and warlocks kind of fantasy type thing. Maybe it's just I'm not it. I'm more of a sci-fi kind of guy.
Maybe so.
Because I guess it's fun to an extent where you've got the magic, right? I mean, and that part's cool. Having the magic is cool. I like that aspect of it, but it's just like everything else. Like some people have it, some people don't. The rest of the people just have to live their normal lives doing just normal stuff. You know?
Yeah, and that's why I say, let's assume that you're not living a normal life. Let's say that you are the star of an adventure here. Because I would not mind living in the Harry Potter world. I think the monsters and the mythical creatures would suck, but as far as having access to that type of magic,
okay, so
that'd be really fun.
Let's say you were going to be in Harry Potter, okay?
Yeah.
Are you putting yourself as a Harry Potter student? Or are you putting yourself as a teacher? Or are you putting yourself as just another an adult in you work at a shop in Diagon Alley? I mean, you own a shop in Diagon Alley.
That could be fun. Well, again, taking part in some type of adventure, I think I'd want to be some kind of monster hunter within that world. So maybe not necessarily a Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, but a Defense Against the Dark Arts practitioner. Something like that. I think that'd be pretty fun, because you have the guys who specifically breed and train and fight dragons in the Harry Potter world. So I think it'd be pretty cool to go from different villages and fight trolls and shit, and use that magic for that kind of thing.
Now,
I'd be into it.
I could see being in a world that's Harry Potter because I couldn't be in a straight up sword and sandals Beastmaster Clash of Titans kind of thing, because it gets so hot. It would just get so hot during the day, and there's no air conditioning, and it's oh my god, how many times can I read these same tablets over and over again? I'm bored.
That's why people went on adventures.
Yes. So, it's that. But being in a more modern place with some fantasy elements to it, that would be fun. But it's where. But I don't know if I would specifically like Harry Potter, because I don't know enough of that world. Because the only world I really ever see is in the school. It's and we're at the school, yay. This is
because you never read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Isn't that that play?
That's the play that Rowling wrote, which I didn't care for a super ton, but it does kind of show their interactions outside of Hogwarts, which was pretty cool.
Well, we see them lots of times when they're stealing candy and stuff and sneaking around in places and drinking butterbeer without paying for it under his magic cloak, which he still needs to go back and pay for. Yeah, I get it. You saved the world, but you also stole butterbeer. So
It's like Link, stealing people's rubies and stuff.
and breaking their pots and stuff. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, so there's a good fantasy world. How about Hyrule? I know that more falls into a video game world, but I'd still say that that counts as a fantasy world.
No, I don't want to. Like, honey, go trim those hedges, and all of a sudden a fucking thing pops out and starts shooting berries at me or whatever it is. Like, guys, I either have to live with like my grass being real tall, which is going to allow more of those things to breed and hide in there, or I have to risk them coming out and shooting me.
I would be a cuckoo farmer, or whatever those chicken things are called. I think they're called cuckoos.
Yeah, that wouldn't do it for me either.
Dude, you have like the best watchdogs in the world.
Yeah, maybe I just don't know Link that well. So I've only played the first Zelda game.
Oh, dude. We'll have to hook you up then, because Link's Awakening, really good game. Link to the Past, really good game.
Okay. Big Trouble in Little China. It's got some fantasy elements in it. Ooh, I know where I want to live.
Okay.
Avatar, Last Airbender.
Ah, there you go.
And you said that with the caveats that you would be somebody.
Yeah, you'd be a bender.
I want to be an Earthbender.
Ah, okay.
I'm not sure if I want to live at Ba Sing Se. I sure as hell don't want to go to Lake Logai. I am not accepting an invitation to go to Lake Logai.
Okay.
Or Lao Gai. But yeah, I could live in the world of the Avatar and be an Earthbender. That'd be awesome.
Cool. I'd be into that. I think I'd honestly rather be a firebender.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Yeah. Well, wait till you watch the rest of the series. And
Yeah,
we'll see if you change your mind.
I'm running off of very limited knowledge, but
I mean, no, still firebending's awesome. Don't get me wrong, firebending's awesome. But
how about the world of Samurai Jack?
Oh, the actual after.
Well, yeah, like the future that he is trapped in.
I know, man. That's such a hodgepodge of stuff. Because there's some really cool things. There's some weird things, and I'm like, oh, that'd be so tough to live in. That would blow my brain too much. I couldn't do it.
Vikings and robot bounty hunters, and you've got the Scotsman with his machine gun peg leg.
Yeah, and you got these techno DJs sometimes, and
It's a cool episode.
So yeah,
I wouldn't
quite
wanna,
sure.
Yeah, I would not want to live in the world of Samurai Jack. I don't think I'd want to live in Narnia. I could totally see making Middle Earth work if I got to be a fighter, because then you've got something to actually strive for.
I will say this: I actually had some Turkish delights once. I was not impressed.
They're not as good as Edmund made them out to be.
Yeah, they're not worth selling out your family for. It's like, holy shit, really, dude? So we mean nothing to you?
The problem is that most of the Turkish delight that makes it here to America uses lemon flavoring, so it's kind of sour.
It is the equivalent of selling your family out for some Raisinets. I'm like,
Basically.
oh god damn, really? That's all it took? Not even snow caps? I mean, snow caps I could see. But some Raisinets? You little fucker.
Edmund, you bloody fucker. You sold us for Turkish delights.
No, if you get really good Turkish delight, with strawberry flavoring, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah.
It's still not worth selling your family for.
No.
I'd sell my family for endless steak.
Endless steak? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. Oh, you know what? For shark and lobster. Well, we're talking about my family though. Well, wait. Does that have to be the full family? What about the extended family? Because I got some uncles and cousins and shit that I would definitely, they'd be like, yep. Give me it.
Pretty sure it's just the family that's immediately closest to you.
Then yeah, that'd be kind of hard.
Endless steak.
Yeah, endless steak.
Endless steak.
Endless steak.
Epcot ball.
What?
It's from a Vine.
Oh. I thought you only watched stuff that was funny.
I stumble across Vines on occasion. Some
Yeah.
Vines are hilarious. There's some Vines that still make me laugh.
I love that how Vines or something. It's like, oh hey, great. You got 30 seconds to say something really stupid and make somebody laugh.
There's 7 seconds.
Oh, 7. Oh, that's even greater. And it's like, wow, that makes you a comedian, as opposed to those people that get on stage and tell jokes for a whole hour to make people laugh. That crafty jokes. It's like you just do something really stupid for 7 seconds and like, God, I fucking hate Vine.
There's some that are really, really funny. I like them. I don't like people who just unabashedly like them because they're Vines. But the ones that are good are really good.
I equate that to the same thing as the like America's Funniest Home Videos. The only ones that are funny are the ones where people get hurt, and not like on purpose. Like, oh, we're staging this thing to make this thing. No, I mean like the ones where they weren't expecting like the frisbee to fly back and whack him in the eye, and you wonder like, oh, did that person really lose an eye? But you just write it off with that, but like no, because if they did, they wouldn't have put it on here.
I don't think any of the America's Funniest Home Videos are funny. But
I'm sorry when those people get hurt because I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, and not only are you an idiot, but you took your pain and sit it in there for a chance to win. Because if you win, okay, I won. But if you didn't win, you're just that moron that got hit in the head with a satellite dish because you fell off the roof.
You're just the dumbass,
right? And that makes it even funnier for me because for the rest of your life, you're like, I recognize you. You're the moron that tried to do this.
You're the guy who dropped the vacuum right on his dick, aren't you? What? No, that was the guy with some total ass. Somebody else.
Things that worked right, and when it dropped the vacuum on my dick, I went, oh, yeah, stop that. But yeah, I'm trying to think, man. You gotta give me some more fantasy worlds, man, because I'm not seeing it, dude.
Trying to think. Let's go for some more like children's oriented stuff. How about Neverland?
Michael Jackson's place?
Dude. Peter Pan, Neverland.
I was gonna say, wait, I didn't know we were doing nightmares.
guess you got his dick sucked by the king.
No, please. Let me go to like the Saw version with like Darth Vader and monkeys. Yeah. Peter Pan, no, because I'm just surrounded by fucking kids. I don't like kids.
What if you're a kid?
No, I don't want to. God, no, I don't want to be a kid.
What if you're a pirate and your job is to destroy the kids?
I don't want to. Well, apparently I'm doing a bad job because I'm not winning. No, I certainly don't want to be a kid in like a fantasy. If I was going to do that, I'd be Atreyu. Because then I could be a kid and a warrior.
That could work.
And I get to ride a giant ass flying dog.
Some of the Lost Boys in the original books were pretty badass.
Yeah, but what did they do?
They stabbed pirates and they shot pirates. And if you were actually Peter Pan, if he ever got pissed off at any of the Lost Boys, he would thin the herd, they say, which means he would just like kill them or banish them. So if you were Pan, that would be kind of badass. Or you could be Rufio. I want to be Rufio.
Okay, but then
I want to live in Neverland and be Rufio.
When you're not fighting pirates, you're just hanging around with a bunch of dumbass kids that you can't stand that range from like
you're hanging out with Tinkerbell,
8 to great,
or mermaids, or the Indians.
Again, mermaids. No, Tinkerbell. You
just don't have enough imagination.
No. No, sorry. No, I'm not. That would not do it for me.
The chick who played Tinkerbell in Hook was so hot.
You are joking, right?
She was pretty good. It's been a lot of years since I've seen it, though.
You are straight up joking, right?
It's been a lot of years since I've seen it.
That was Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, big ass mouth Julia Roberts. Huh. Looks like she's from Canada, Julia Roberts' head looks like a fucking Pez dispenser.
You gotta realize I haven't seen this movie since I was like 10.
Yeah, that Julia Roberts, no. Nope, sorry. Hook does not do it for me. Not at all.
Man, you were just impossible to please.
Yeah, a little bit. No, because I don't want to be a kid, and I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of other like annoying ass kids. Especially if I was like a Rufio, so I'm like 16, and I got all these little 8-year-old snot nosed brats running around just doing shit and like
do anything you tell them.
I'll be like, please, Pam, please let me thin the herd. Which then that's infanticide, and that's not really right. And I'm just be like, dude, just send me back.
He's killing the younglings.
Just send me back to Yeah, no. And I'm not down for that one. What else you got?
Other fantasy worlds. I didn't think I'd be blanking on this. I never read the Pern novels. I don't know Pern that well. I never read his Dark Materials.
Oh yeah, I don't want to live in that big atheist thing. I will say the show on HBO looks pretty good, but I haven't checked it out.
Yeah. Game of Thrones?
No.
I'd live in Game of Thrones.
Huh?
I'd live in Game of Thrones.
Okay, so remember you said that in this you're one of the major people or whatever.
Yeah.
Which means you're constantly walking around like looking to see who's going to stab you in the back.
Yeah, but you're also a total badass.
When you're not getting stabbed in the back.
Yeah, but if you get stabbed in the back, then it's not very well your adventure now, is it?
Well, the problem is that you can't trust anybody.
Trust people. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I never watched it.
The only good thing about that, Natalie Dormer. But then again, next thing I know, she'd be stabbing me in the back.
Okay, I'll revise for Tinkerbell from Hook. She's cute. She's not hot.
I don't even know if I'd give her that.
I would. I'm not as stringent as you are, I guess.
I just don't care for Julia Roberts.
See, I don't have the same stigma with Julia Roberts as you do.
I just don't like her. I just don't find her attractive.
She's got the elf ears. She's got the pixie haircut. It's working for me.
She's got that big ass mouth, dude.
She's gonna need that big ass mouth with me.
What, we can do some dental work on it?
She's gotta help me eat my endless steak.
Oh yeah, there you go. Has Anne Hathaway ever been in like a?
Ella Enchanted.
Yeah, but she was young in that though.
Well,
I want like a.
you just want everything.
Well, you're asking me like what world I want to be in. I don't want to be in like a crappy world, a crappy fantasy world.
Well, yeah, but I gave you friggin' Game of Thrones and Harry Potter.
You asked me if I wanted to die or I wanted to be like just a regular adult with a wand. I mean, geez whiz.
No, I said that you would like be the star of your own adventure.
But I don't really know what that would be like.
I don't know. You could ask J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah, let me call her up on the phone right now. Is it 011 to get international number? I forget now.
I have no idea.
Yeah, fuck you. So,
hey Siri, call J.K. Rowling.
Calling.
Sorry, I don't have a phone number for Jay. Who would you like to call?
Fuck right off. That wasn't helpful at all.
No. When has Siri ever been helpful?
It's a good question.
Yeah, she is horrible.
Okay, Willow? So you said you would want to live in the Neverending Story.
I said if I was going to have to be a kid in one, then I'd pick Neverending Story.
So you can watch your horse die?
Oh, I didn't need that horse anyway. And that was his own fault. Damn suicidal horse. If, if they had like some kind of like Narnia version of Prozac, then they'd be fine. But that was his choice. He chose to die in there.
He was depressed.
That's because he knew it was like, when you find that flying dog, you're going to forget all about me.
I can't compete with a flying dog. Gee. Any of the Disney fantasy worlds?
Live action or cartoon animated?
I could see like Maleficent as being like an interesting world, but I'm going to say like let's stick with the Disney princess stories.
It's okay. So my first thought would be Cinderella. My first thought would be Cinderella, but then I'm like, no, because yeah, I don't really like any of that stuff. And you know why I picked Cinderella, right?
Not particularly.
Because the girl that plays Cinderella played Deborah in Baby Driver.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, live action Cinderella.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then I don't want technically her. I want Deborah.
Yeah, Yeah, Baby Driver does not count as a fantasy world.
Yeah, because, I mean...
God, Deborah's hot.
I hate to say it, but I got this thing for zebras.
Okay, how about Disney's Robin Hood?
Now, see, they just showed on TV, they showed Brave, right? You know, and Brave would be kind of a cool, like, world to live in.
Yeah, that counts as a fantasy world.
And then the Brave chick is animated cute, but,
Get yourself a nice Irish chick, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, how about How to Train Your Dragon?
You know, that probably wouldn't be too bad. You get to ride around in dragons.
Yeah.
You get to hang out with Gerard Butler.
Here you go, son. It was part of a matching set. Dark Crystal? How about Dark Crystal?
Get to wear my mom's, like, bra as a helmet. And it's all good, man. Yeah, see, How to Train Your Dragons, I think I'd be cool with, because then I get to fly around on my own dragon.
I would absolutely live in How to Train Your Dragon world, yeah.
That'd be kind of awesome.
Dark Crystal?
Nope. Nope.
Just don't like Skeksis or whatever?
No, not at all. Those things are creepy.
Labyrinth?
No, because the actual labyrinth world is just ugh. And then the only time you get to hear like David Bowie sing and dance is when he's got a baby. Like, oh, look, I kicked out the baby. Let's sing and dance about it. But like, okay, great. How about you just, can you just like sing a song for me? Can you do Space Oddity? You got a baby? No. No baby, no singing.
I'm not gonna bloody sing for you, am I? The only reason I would have to want to be in the world of Labyrinth would be to meet Jennifer Connelly, and so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I already know you're not going to want anything to do with Edward Scissorhands.
Oh God, no.
Legend?
No, you know what? I would want to live in the world of Edward Scissorhands.
Just so you can call him out.
I would make a store, and it would just be nothing but real robotic hands. It's like real robotic hands. Come on down to my shop. It's like Turk182's real robotic hands. Do you not have hands? You want hands? Look, I have real robotic hands. They look just like human hands. They bend. They can grasp things. Real robotic hands. Come down and get some. I do what your father never did because he was a moron.
Making hands are hard. I know the fantasy world I want to live in.
Oh my God, I just figured it out. Edward Scissorhands' dad was Rob Liefeld. That's why he never made him real hands, because he just couldn't be like, but I'll just give him a bunch of knives. I'll call those hands.
Yeah, but he's got feet, so that rules that out.
Does he? Do you ever see him, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Somebody else drew those.
But he's wearing, like, boots, so it's still Liefeldian.
Okay, I'll call my good friend Todd McFarlane. He can make you some feet.
I know the world I would want to live in.
Okay.
Princess Bride.
Ooh, that would be good.
That would be awesome. Could buy a Miracle, get a nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
Oh, man, the mutton is real lean.
The tomatoes are nice and crisp. They're so perky. I love that.
So what would you do in the world of Princess Bride?
I guess I would have to be some kind of an adventurer, which, I mean, that's pretty much all Wesley did before he saved Buttercup. So, could fight fight the screaming eels, fight giants, become a pirate.
I was gonna say, because I'd be a Dread Pirate Roberts.
I think that'd be fun.
No, I couldn't be. It's like, who are you? I'm the Dread Pirate Roberts. When did he become black? Gosh, shit, the gig's up.
Wait a minute, it's not the same guy. I thought it was the same guy all this time.
It's like,
son of a bitch!
That doesn't make you a pirate. You're just a black guy. when you're a white guy, Robinus, you're a pirate. When you're a black guy, you're just a black guy.
Why is your Princess Bride world suddenly the Holy Grail? I don't remember voting in any king.
It's like, I'm not dead.
What about Spiderwick Chronicles? I never watched the movie. I read the first book.
No, I wouldn't do it for me. But I can see Princess Bride. Princess Bride would be fun.
I think that's probably the best. I don't think we're going to top that.
No, I don't think so either. Because I could just become like a swashbuckler. Mm-hmm. I may not be able to be like the Dread Pirate Robbers per se, but I could still, have a sword and run around doing adventures and stuff like you said. Just
fight RUSs.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't really believe those exist.
Yeah, I'd be into it. What about Inkheart? The book was really good. I never watched the movie.
I remember watching part of the movie, and I thought it was kind of cool, but...
the concept is awesome. But the book is so good. Oh my god, I loved that book growing up.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: would you consider Hunger Games to be fantasy? 'Cause it's more sci-fi, but also seems like it has some fantasy elements to it.
I thought it was more like dystopian future because everything's technology, you know.
Okay, well, like her flaming dress. I mean, it is, but then it kind of seems like it kind of like it's on the border. Like it is technology, but it's like
really towing the line. But yeah, we'll be fair.
Okay.
And say that yeah, it'll count. I wouldn't immediately think that. I would think dystopian future, but yeah, it can work.
If I'm going to stretch the boundaries here,
That's what I said to her.
Marvel Universe.
Marvel Universe. I mean, Stan Lee actually called it fantasy back in the day.
Well, the reason I say that is because Doctor Strange is magic.
Mm-hmm.
Magic equals fantasy to me.
Thor. Thor's definitely fantasy world.
And Thor's fantasy. And Thor said, what you call science, we call magic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if I lived on Asgard, that's straight up magic.
Well, even like Spider-Man debuted in Amazing Fantasy number 15. So
yeah. But yeah, so
shit, you've got like all the witches and stuff that Howard the Duck went up against. You've got Man-Thing. Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough like magicians and gods to where it would count.
And Conan is one of the what is that? There's that Avengers Avengers 1000 or something like that, where
they cross over with Conan.
Well, it's like the very first like Avengers ever, which took place in back in like the like BC or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
And Conan was like one of them, I believe. And now I think he somehow came to the modern day. So even if I was in Conan, I could be in the present day.
Yeah, that works.
So I would pick that one.
Okay, that's fair enough. What about Oz?
Which I'm really cheating.
Yeah, that's a little bit fudging, but hey, I'll allow it. How about Oz?
Oz. I don't really know enough about Oz. Again, though,
I would not want to live in Oz.
no hot midget chicks.
Maybe not in the movie. See, the thing is, they're all like really young in the books, though.
Well, the other part of that is that they make all the little people live in their own little people town. That's segregation.
Oz was a messed up dude.
Yeah, it's bad. He was a damn racist. Yeah, I'm not sure.
You people.
I don't really know if I could live in Oz. Well, if I was Oz, I could do it.
Oh, so if you were like misleading everybody and using political manipulation and intrigue to...
Yes, if I was the president. Or if I was king. That's pretty much what he is, right?
The Munchkins will pay for the wall. Keep the Munchkins in the Munchkin village so they can't take our jobs.
No, I'm saying as a political figure, right? That's pretty much what you do. You just, you obfuscate, you put up you say one thing, do something else. Yeah, so...
Ooh, Wrinkle in Time?
I don't really know that, but I know that movie fucking sucked.
The movie sucking fucked. The book I actually really enjoyed. Not so much so that I would want to live in that world, but the book is actually really good. I wouldn't want to live in that world.
I do have a question here. We have not done an ad break.
We have not, so we'll just have to like shoehorn one in some point because we're actually 50 minutes in.
50 minutes?
Yep.
Oh,
we're 48
shit.
minutes, so I'd say we got time to throw a couple more worlds out there just to see if there's any more, but I don't think we're going to top Princess Bride. Really.
Yeah, I really don't. Well, the Marvel Universe comes close, but that is a really stretch. If I was not stretching the boundaries of what we consider a fantasy world, then I would say, that.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's fun to watch Jack Sparrow do his thing.
I would live in that world. No.
But not to be like there, like on his ship.
Yeah.
And then if you're not a pirate, then meh.
You'd be a pirate.
Would I be a pirate?
Yeah, no, this is like you would be having your own adventure.
Yeah, but all the other pirates, they all suck.
Yeah, but you'd be a good pirate. You'd be a cool pirate.
I'm just gonna. Okay, I will say this: if I was gonna be a pirate, then I would be the pirate of the. I would be the captain of the Black Pearl.
You'd be the pirate of the Caribbean.
Right, I'd be the pirate. I would be the captain of the Black Pearl, the cursed Black Pearl.
So you'd be the villain of your story.
Well, no, just I can't die. It's like, oh yeah, we can't eat anything or whatever, blah 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 blah. But all we have to do is return the gold. So what I would do is I would say each of us is going to take up a gold piece or whatever, and and let that be that. Or maybe I'll just take it. I'll just take, because all of them were cursed, even though one person took it.
Yeah.
So I'll just take it. I'll have it. I'll lock it up somewhere. And then when we want to go back to normal, be like, all right, we'll go put it back there. But until then, we can. That would be like our secret. Like, that's where we would make our base. We would make our base there at that place where the gold was. When we go out to raid something, right? We would go take a gold piece. Now we're invincible. Just raid the shit out of that place. Come back, we get all the food and stuff we want, all the women, go back, put the gold back there. Bam. Now let's have some fun. Oh, it's time for us to go raid again. Grab me a gold piece. Now, only one of us has to have one.
There I go raiding. Don't know what it is about raiding. I just love raiding. So I'm going to toss two more out there.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I should have saved Princess Bride for last. I knew that would be our big one. The Sword in the Stone, the animated Disney movie.
That's just basically like the Arthurian legend, right?
Basically, yeah, but you have like Merlin like animating the dishes and stuff, and Madame Mim, of course, is like my favorite Disney villain. One of my favorite Disney villains.
I don't know that one well enough to be able to say yes or no to it.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna throw in one more here because it just occurred to me. How about Disney's Robin Hood with all the furries?
Nope.
Meaning you yourself would be a furry.
Nope.
Meaning that God would not frown upon it if you decided to make the moves on Maid Marian.
Nope, because I'm sure that there's some kind of like religious interspecies law, like the fox shall not have sex with the bear or whatever. But no, I don't want to be a furry. I don't want to be a furry.
You sure?
I'm pretty damn sure.
You look like you kind of want to be a furry to me.
No, it's just because I have a lot of back hair.
I'm picking up strong furry vibes here.
It's just no.
I've seen the way you lick your lips when Sonic runs across the stream.
There's just something about it.
Bringing it back around.
It's just because Sonic just looks like a big blue hamster when I was just saying, well,
I keep stumbling across more and more ones, so I can't keep limiting it. So we'll just try to run down this pretty quick. Wonderland.
Wonderland?
Yeah, Adventures in Wonderland.
Oh, Alice Adventures in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Nope. There's nothing appealing about that.
Because
that would break my one rule, which is like I don't have any interest in like smoking weed. But if I lived there, I'd be like, pass me that hookah, dude. I'm just gonna chill out and just get high all the fucking time.
The only thing, the deal breaker for me is the fucking Jabberwocky. I would not want to mess with the Jabberwocky. The rest I could deal with.
Oh, but the Jub bird? That'd be okay with you?
I can take a Jub bird.
Okay,
the Jabberwocky is like messed up.
What was it?
Black Cauldron?
Was it Jaws that bite and something? I don't really know the Black Cauldron that well either.
Me neither. I really don't.
But I actually had one that you mentioned it and made me forget all about it. Anyway, it's okay.
So Robin Hood? It's the furry vibe?
Nope. Definitely not Robin Hood.
Okay, well I'm going to throw out this last one.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Mary Poppins.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I think I could live in Mary Poppins' world.
I wouldn't have really super thought of that as a fantasy world, but
how could it not be?
It works. I don't know what other genre I could put it in, honestly.
Yeah.
If Harry Potter's fantasy, then Mary Poppins fantasy. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Mary Poppins was kind of cute.
She was all right. I don't hate her.
Because I was thinking either that or Bedknobs and Broomsticks, but I was like, nah, Mary Poppins most definitely.
So no. Ooh, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's not really a fantasy. But...
Okay, I don't want to be stop motion.
Damn, I do. Okay, so Black Cauldron.
Stop motion is just if you like lived your entire life doing like the robot.
I pretty much do. I don't think I've ever seen Black Cauldron. Oh, we just talked about that.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, so last one here. Dragon's Lair.
The Dragon's Lair, the video game.
The video game.
God, that chick is really kind of nice looking.
Yeah.
I don't. Why does everything revolve around like whether I'm not getting laid or like having a. Well, you know why? Because there's no fulfilling like job or duty there, like in those worlds. Like, okay, Dragon's Lair, I fight and slay a dragon, and then what do I do? Like,
then you get the chick.
Yeah, right. And then you get the chick. It's like a River City Ransom, right? It's like okay, and then what?
But if it's video game logic, then it's like, yeah, you get the chick, and she totally goes for it.
But yeah, but Dragon's Lair, I gotta fight the dragon, and I don't know.
I would go for it. I would go for it because it's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful, beautiful world. I love the animation and the art.
It's animated.
Well, yeah, and I would imagine that that would still, work. But like that's why I think stuff like the Harry Potter world and Middle Earth and stuff like that still works, because you don't have just getting the girl as a prize. You have like becoming a king or whatever, or like fulfilling your destiny, fulfilling a prophecy. I think that like ups the ante.
But then what happens after that's been done? Then what's your life?
You live happily ever after for the rest of your days.
Yeah, but like I said, what's that? That's the thing. I can't. I don't know what the like the end game to that is. What is the end game to me doing that? And okay, I do this like the Princess Bride. I get to go adventuring, but eventually though I will have saved the like I've gotten all the adventuring out of my system. I can retire.
Yeah, and then you get to go home to your hot wife. Princess Buttercup.
So,
or you could just like hang out with Andre the Giant.
Yeah, poor Andre the Giant. Right. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if I think
you're
Princess
a
Bride,
difficult one to please. I get it.
I guess I just don't like the fantasy worlds just that much. I mean, if we were, I guess you consider Avatar would be a fantasy world.
Yeah. You seem pretty enthusiastic about Avatar.
No, not that, not the James Cameron Avatar. I mean, that's what I was talking about. The James Cameron Avatar.
That's more of a sci-fi story to me.
Well, but the people on that world, they are not sci-fi. They're fantasy. They're primitive fantasy, in the same sense of like if you went to like a primitive part of the world where they still believed in like like many gods and doing this, and the sun is actually an angry cloud spirit or some shit like that. I mean, that's fantasy to them because their magic is real to them.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
All right. Well, okay. They touch the tree, and the tree has all like the life or whatever, and the spirits of all people. Now that is fantasy.
Yeah, but
there's not. It's not like a computer tree that's like storing all their databases.
But that's like the way they're genetically wired to communicate with the tree.
But isn't that how fantasy works though? Like all your magic powers come from like the magic that runs through the earth, and you can tap into it if you are of the right lineage or whatever.
Are Ewoks fantasy?
Ewoks don't have magic.
Everything in Star Wars has the Force in some capacity or another. The Force is a mystic life force.
Well, that's all. That's all based upon your midichlorian count, and I'm pretty sure we have never and will never see an Ewok with a really high midichlorian count.
I'm gonna write a fan fiction.
You do that
about an Ewok with a really high midichlorian count.
You write that fan fiction about the Ewok Jedi.
I will totally do it. And they'll be like, "You can't have a lightsaber."
Mm-hmm. It's like, jump, jump.
Like sling his stone, like hit the Jedi Council right in the head.
That's how Kai-Adamundi got that big knob.
That's gonna be the name of my stories. How Kai-Adamundi got that big knot.
Yeah,
a Star Wars fanfic by Acomi.
I'm gonna say if it's not Princess Bride, I would go with Mary Poppins and then
Last Airbender.
Right. Well, no, I guess I actually probably put Last Airbender above Princess Bride. Even though Princess Bride is fun, being an Earthbender would just be so much more fun.
It'd be pretty tight.
Yeah. Just oh man, that'd be so awesome.
I'd go with Sorcerer's Apprentice just so I could learn magic from Nick Cage.
Yeah, I should have known that's where you would have gone. That's okay.
Bye, everybody.
And if we were gonna do like our like fantasy worlds or whatever, I know you would pick Bottomless Mirror. Just so you can hang out with Nick Cage. You're like, I can rescue you. I can rescue you.
Yeah, even if that's like means being trapped in like this like voidless eternity, it would be worth it just to hang out with Nick Cage.
And eventually you get out because after a couple years or 100 years, Nick Cage would find a way to get you guys out. Get me away from this guy.
Because whatever else about Nicolas Cage, he's persistent.
Yes. I wonder who's gonna hobble who in that next.
Not Acomi! Not Acomi!
So yeah, so
he's in my eyes.
if it were the fantasy, you would pick Sorcerer's Apprentice, and if it were sci-fi, you'd pick Bottomless Mirror.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. Well, yeah. So there we go, folks. I would live pretty much anywhere, and Turk would not.
I'm robbing the bank, but the bank's across the street.
I know. All right. So, if you guys have any thoughts on like cool fantasy worlds to live in, let us know. I know we missed stuff because it's been a while since I've like really immersed myself into reading fantasy. So there was a while where, you know, if it were a fantasy book, I would just pick it up and read it, and it's been a long time since I got to do that.
Yeah, and I guess because I'm a child of like, you know, modern, you know, the technology of 20th century, 21st century, like the idea of living in a fantasy world, and I just think of like, oh man, when it gets really hot there, like you're just burned up all the time. There's no air conditioning. It's like if you, they don't have any days off. It's like, every day we have to go and do this, do this. You never just kick back and relax. There's no movies. There's no radio.
Yeah, but there's taverns and you can get ale and whores.
Oh, great.
You kill the dragon, you get a bunch of treasure, and you just spend it all on ale and whores.
I get syphilis. Or
and then you go to a wizard and you get magic syphilis potion. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why fantasy stories don't have, like, Syphilis Tom.
They just don't talk about it because everybody has it. Remember, it goes back to that thing where it's like, there's no light without darkness.
There's no fantasy world without syphilis.
There's no such thing as being syphilis-free when everyone has it.
You see, Mr. Incredible, when everyone has syphilis, nobody does.
That's true. When everyone has syphilis, nobody does.
Yeah. I'm just picturing like this Tyler Durden speech. In the world I imagine everyone has syphilis. Everyone loves one another freely. Wearing leather clothes that last forever.
You can fuck whores all day long without worrying about getting a disease.
You get ale and whore from your adventures. It really doesn't matter because you already have syphilis. The dragon you killed has syphilis. You are not a unique and special snowflake.
Except eventually, though, someone ended up creating, like, super syphilis. And I'm like, oh, jeez.
Syphilis Tom.
It's like, great.
We told you not to fuck a satyr with syphilis.
That's Syphilis Tom.
There he goes again.
He'll fuck anything that he sees. On the back of his knees. Man or animal, woman. It's Syphilis Tom. Oh, fuck it.
That's Tom. Da-da-da.
God, you're a horrible person. I can't wait till you go to your damn fantasy world and leave me alone.
My magic potion is almost complete. Igor, bring me the gelatinous cube. It's gone, master. Where is it? Syphilis Tom. Syphilis Tom, you silly bastard. That's acid. Yeah, I'll still fuck it. Let me go.
I like how Syphilis Tom turned into like some kind of like crazed like like mountain man. That's what happens when you get super syphilis. Oh, okay. All right. I don't even think
it's like a bad turn.
I don't even think that Mary Poppins can make that. A spoonful of sugar and a shot of penicillin.
A spoonful of sugar makes the syphilis go down. Oh, well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Syphilis Tom is almost as good as our horny janitor.
He's a distant relative.
Stop tracking my dog, kids! I gotta go visit my sick cousin Tom! He's got syphilis from fucking a goat!
The goat that I loved.
That goat was my lover!
I had it all. I wouldn't have been a janitor if I could have just had sweet old Betsy. But syphilis, I'm going to take her and make her his.
God damn it, Tom! I hope you get super syphilis!
And after that, I had nothing to live for. Just here, masturbating in the halls when none of the kids are around. Eating what had leftovers I find your lunch boxes. Yeah. Sniffing the chalk off the erasers to get high.
It's a lonely life I lead.
You know what? On second thought, fuck you, syphilis, Tom. I'm not coming to visit you.
You took my goat, you took my lover, all in one fell swoop.
Just gonna sit here and colored chalk dust. Art class chalk, take me away. Just gonna play a little bit of music to sniff this colored chalk with. I got a girlfriend. She goes on.
I jacked off 5 or more times.
See, you always take it too far. It's too far. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh.
All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.